Welcome to the Conch Republic News Network broadcast for Wednesday, July the 1st, 2020, coming up on the 4th of July weekend. I am Smuggler Jim. We're coming live from the Key West Trading Company tasting room in beautiful Key West, Florida. My co-hosts today are Lindsay Waller and Bourbon Rollick. So Bourbon Rollick, you guys probably remember him from the backyard bourbon sessions that we did during the quarantine lockdown, making up some awesome drinks, and he's also a brand ambassador for Key West Trading Company. Lindsay is also a brand ambassador for One With Life Tequila, and she's also a promoter for businesses all over Key West, social media, Facebook, Instagram, all those kind of things. Lindsay's really awesome at that, and together they are co-managers of the Liberty Lounge that is above Heroes Lounge on Southern Street. So I want to bring them in today to talk about how they're affected by the current shutdown and what the plans are for the future, because we want to look ahead to the future and hopefully this thing's going to pass at some point. You guys have a lot of great ideas going on and some good things to promote. Jumping into the news today, there's not a big change from yesterday. The Hog's Breath opened back up today as in a restaurant capacity, and unfortunately someone on their staff tested positive for COVID-19 and they had to shut back down. So unfortunate for those guys over there. We really feel for those guys. It's just this opening and closing and opening and closing. It's affected a lot of people around town, and it's a tough thing. At the Liberty Lounge today was supposed to be the soft opening for you guys.
Sure was.
They've been diligently working on a new drink program over there and kind of revamping the Liberty Lounge upstairs. So that's the upstairs above Heroes Lounge over there, around the corner from where Willie T's is on Duval Street. So that's at 506 Southern Street. You guys do have a Facebook page and an Instagram, right?
Yeah, we have Facebook for both Heroes and for Liberty Lounge, and we also have Instagrams for both. So Liberty Lounge KW and Heroes Bar KW. So make sure you follow us. We're just starting to revamp that, so looking forward to that.
Yeah. So Lindsay, tell us a little about when you guys have been putting a lot of work into the new programming for Liberty Lounge, and like I say, today would have been kind of a kickoff for that. Mm-hmm. So obviously this is a kind of kick in the gut to get shut down, but I guess in turn it gives you a little bit more time to add some additional planning on there. So why don't you guys tell me who wants to go first about kind of what the plan is for up there?
Well, I guess I can get into that. One of the core focuses when we first came in was we realized we had a dual license there, and so that's an on and off premise license. So we can not only operate as a bar, but we can also operate as a liquor store or package store. So with that in mind, one of the things that we both have wanted to do for quite some time is to highlight a menu that incorporates all the great spirits that are made right here in Key West. Of course, Jim here with Key West Smuggler Bourbon, the Key West Trading Company, and certainly many more coming down the pipeline. We've got Paul over with the First Legal Rum Distillery. We've got Jeff from Key West Distilling, the Waterfront Brewery, fantastic brews there. Of course, Pilar, we don't want to leave them out at all. And we've gone around and talked to all of them, and they were all going to be part of our initial grand opening as well. But we're going to have a cocktail list that's core focused on the local spirits themselves. We'll certainly have a huge list of great whiskeys, my goodness, tequila, everything. I think we have about 18 vodkas on the bar at this time. But with that said, we're really trying to highlight what is here, and certainly with local ingredients in there as well. I'm going to be bringing Shane Morrison back in. Some of my cocktails from a previous bar I helped be a part of was Tipsy Rooster. A lot of products there, a mild tamarind, Nellie and Joe's key lime juice. I mean, we have so many great products that are made right here, literally within a few blocks of us, of our location here at 627 Eaton Street in Key West, Florida. And bringing all these brands and all these people together, what we have is kind of a distiller coalition, whereas before it was kind of I've been here doing this, or I'm over here doing this, and now we kind of bring everybody up together and build up the block. And we're going to send people to the distilleries, they're going to send people to us, and back and forth. It's kind of a core aspect of what we want to do, is almost kind of be a part of a tour, really. So in light of the recent shutdown, we immediately made the move to package store, to utilize that package store and start marketing that so we can get that out and make people aware that that's what we are in our core, but then we also have cocktails as well. Lindsay, I think you can get into some of the great discounts we have with Heroes as far as being a service-oriented bar. Of course, a hero could be anyone out there, maybe a teacher, heck, some of our doctors and nurses these days, but if you want to talk a little bit about some of that.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit about the vibe up there and kind of what you guys are going for from an atmosphere standpoint too, what we can expect.
Yeah, so I think beforehand I went up there, and it is a beautiful space. It's a historic building in Key West, and they really had people in there who wanted to make things work. And I think since then there's been some great live music, and it really is a perfect spot for a more intimate type of setting with a smaller bar. I don't know, who's been up there, but if you haven't, it's a great spot to go either before dinner or after dinner and have some great cocktails. Definitely going to be having the live music once again once we are able to reopen as a bar, but they were doing a great job of that before, and we really want to keep that vibe going. I think with just a little bit of a comfortable atmosphere, local base, so people can come after work or, hang out with their friends on a day off, and really just send people who are looking for something local to do. And that's really where Robbie's trying to implement building up the block and sending visitors of Key West to each other, really. And I think that's where we're gonna sort of market is the local vibe. So we really want it to be comfortable and, not have it, any sort of
Craft cocktails without the attitude.
Yeah,
It's kind of a sexy atmosphere up there, right?
Yeah.
It is. It's very, and we really want to, keep that old conch building type of feel with the Dade County pine. You don't see that very often, and there are some places around here that maintain that vibe, and it's just those are some of my favorite places to go. Point 5 being one of them, and Bagatelle. I feel like you really feel like you're in Key West. So we're doing little bits and pieces, and we also want to bring in local artists too. So we've already talked to Amanda Johnson, who's right on Fleming Street, and I believe it's the Seaside Seaside Antiques. Bill over there, he's been wonderful. So
about next to her,
yeah,
that's the C-store.
C-store. Okay, yeah. So we really want to bring not only local artisans as far as liquor and spirits, but also art as well.
We certainly don't want to forget about Jean Paul, one of our beloved artists. He certainly did some really incredible paintings on our doors
done these
upstairs.
murals.
Yeah.
These murals right behind us were done by him as well. So we're looking forward to having him back. And with open arms, and certainly he plays great music as well. You can often catch him over at the Blue Macaw. Well, I'm sorry, Ramshead Southernmost. I worked for Franken's Own with Blue Macaw, so forgive me for that. It's kind of ingrained in my memory after 2 years. But you can often find him over there with Ramshead Southernmost.
Yeah, so, and also we've done some things outside as well, really trying to give it some curb appeal, and we've already had a lot of great feedback saying, people didn't even recognize the place, which is, it's nice, it's a great compliment, a great feeling, but that place is what it is, and the main objective for downstairs is really to support those heroes and for everybody in Key West and people who are visiting to feel like they have a place to come, and I know that has always been the objective. So that's really the downstairs. We've added some beautiful plants outside and some red, white, and blue lights and bistro lights, so it really is very welcoming. Yeah, we want that welcoming vibe, whether it's downstairs or upstairs. We don't want anybody to feel like they're not welcome and comfortable upstairs, but I love the sexy vibe. I think that's a great way to describe it.
And that's the one thing about Key West that doesn't die, is that the Key West people are out to help each other, and especially when times are tough, and obviously during hurricanes and things like that, and this is like a Category 6 hurricane. Couldn't be much worse, I don't think. But the community pulls together and they help each other out. A girl just started a Facebook page today, a Facebook group that is all about helping musicians. And I know that people from around the world have donated to musicians that were playing from home and all those kind of things. So we're trying to convey that to everyone that Key West is a drinking town, and we're kind of shut down a little bit right now in some capacities. But yet, there's plans in motion. People aren't giving up. Some businesses have dropped off, but then others are planning for the future.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
adapting and kind of doing what's necessary to keep things going. While we're on the subject, real quick, let's go and talk about One with Life Tequila and what's going on with those guys and how you're helping with that product.
Yeah, so this is a new gig for me, which I'm super excited about. I've done things with liquor and wine in the past, and this is a wonderful opportunity I'm super excited about. I met with one of the brand owners last week. She came down from Miami and kind of showed me the ropes, and it's 100% blue agave made tequila. It's organic and kosher certified, and unlike a lot of other tequilas out there, Patron being one of them, but just some big names that really spend a lot of their money with advertising. This is a small, local owned, New York and Florida, women owned company, and out in Mexico, they allow the blue agave plants to fully develop 7 to 10 years versus a lot of the companies who cut down little baby plants and then use autoclaves and a lot of fillers and additives. And this has absolutely no additives, and it's all natural. It's a wonderful sipping tequila and a lot of great recipes. So there's a bunch of local places that you can buy them, Tipsy being one of them, and as a liquor store, of course. But so anybody out there that needs some One with Life tequila
at Heroes.
Yep, you can get.
Sure.
We'll be getting that in hopefully soon.
Yep.
And again, anybody who would like to learn more about One with Life, I will be out and about and checking up on existing accounts and also trying to work on some new ones.
Little logo right there.
Yeah, so it's all about being one with life. It's a healthy lifestyle. And you think about a skinny margarita, and this is going the next level, being an organic skinny margarita. So I'm really excited about it.
Very nice. Well, it's in a world full of all bad news. That's kind of what we want to really have pushed through our interviews and things like that, is the people that are on the front lines, the people out there every day, struggling to make a business work and to promote products and things like that. And our objective is to promote Key West, and that we want visitors to come down, obviously, to be safe. I'm going to touch on that real quick from a safety standpoint. The city put up a bunch of signs around, I think 36 signs that hang from the telephone poles and the light posts and stuff around town today, letting everyone know that it is mandatory to wear a mask. Florida, struggling a little bit right now, and just in general, and even outside, if you can't, the rule now is that if you can't socially distance, meaning on the sidewalks, you have to have the mask on. So the police presence have been down on Duval Street, just reminding everybody, hey, put a mask on, that kind of thing. This weekend they're going to be closing Duval Street to traffic, and so it'll be pedestrian traffic only on Duval Street, so that people can have more space. To spread apart, because there's a lot of people in town this weekend. Mm-hmm. The beaches are closed. There's no fireworks. So where are they going to go? To Duval Street, after they come back in off the water and stuff like that. So it's expected, and there's going to be a limited amount of places they can go, and kind of a street party almost, I think, going to go on this weekend. So hopefully that'll spill over a little bit onto Southern. You guys can pick up some of that business.
That's what we're hoping. To capture a little bit of that.
Yes, we ordered. How many did we order?
Yep.
We ordered a ton.
All kinds of mini bottles, because for to-go drinks, they made it clear that it has to be sealed, so we can prepare the mixer ingredients on one side in a sealed cup, and then we have the actual mini bottle that we can sell. And of course, we got full package as well, 750 milliliter bottles.
Heck, so it's a kit. It's a drink kit.
Yeah,
that's right. And you could get yourself some smugglers while you're there too. Or One with Life, we're working on that.
Yeah.
That should be in soon.
And I was also going to say that if you happen to be heading out of town, you can take those on the plane.
Yes.
So stop by.
You have to check them.
20 ounces.
You have. Yep. I was at the airport and I had them in a plastic bag, And I took them out, and he's like, "Nice, the TSA." I was actually surprised. I thought they were gonna confiscate them and
Yeah.
drink them, but
Yeah,
I would confiscate it.
supposed
Like,
to
I'm
be-
sorry, ma'am.
I've heard, but I've never
have
gone
these.
through
You're
it
not.
myself. But I've sold to a lot of people that have come back and forth, and it's 20-ounce bag, whatever a 20-ounce bag can hold.
Fill it up.
They will let on. So come and get your mini bottles. We got them.
But the big balls of 750 stuff you can check in your check bag.
yeah.
For sure.
So if
as long as
you
you
want,
don't exceed the weight.
Yeah.
Well, the best of luck to you guys down there. Everybody's pulling for you, and we hope that we want the businesses to stay in business and thrive. And hopefully when you guys come down, when you make your trips down here, put these guys on your list. The Liberty Lounge above Heroes on Southern Street, right around the corner from Willie T's. It's not hardly off the beaten path at all, like probably 50 steps
Yeah.
off of Duval Street. You can't miss it. Right across from Mr. Z's Pizza.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
loves Mr. Z's
Dead
Pizza.
center.
Yep, and we'll be there. Ivan and Gabe are there, and just so everyone knows, once we do open back up, we will be offering 20% off, as we already did for all military, first responders, and we would like to add nurses and doctors. Special shout out to Dr. Jack, who's been
He's
on
one of-
top of everything.
Jack Norris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a next door neighbor of ours and a regular advocate for us. So we really appreciate his time.
Yeah,
we know
everything
he's
you
been
do.
going through some issues most recently as well, but is getting back to work. So
He's back to work. He got sprung.
that's right.
He was actually okay. He tested negative.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in. I would like to do a shout out to our military as always. God bless the USA. God bless our troops. As you guys were saying, shout out to the first responders who are out there risking everything for us. On behalf of myself, Smuggler Jim, Bourbon Rollick, and Lindsay, we would like to thank you guys for tuning into the Conch Republic News Network broadcast for July the 1st, 2020. God bless.